Shalom. All praises to Abanawa Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. Yahweh is the Most High's name, and his son, our King, his majesty, his name is Yahweh Shai. So you got his supreme majesty, the Most High, Abanawa Yahweh, Father Yahweh. Abanawa meaning Father. Then you got his majesty, our King, okay, Yahweh Shai, our deliverer, he delivers. That's what his name means. Bahasham means in the name. Sometimes you recollect about certain instances in your life when you were in the world and how much the Lord even covered you with his wings way back when. And the Lord always, even though you've gotten punished quite severely also, being in the streets or whatever, but there's always been instances where he's delivered you. Psalm 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Leave it outside. Psalm 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. The angels have always guided us and covered us. And even for that specific minute, for that second minute, hour or day, the Lord has literally made gates or provided avenues for you to escape. Okay? There's a certain instance where I was in a situation in the streets where I was completely surrounded by multiple guys. I'm not a small guy, but these guys are big. All right? And I was surrounded by at least, 1, 2, 3, 3 or 4 of them from recollection. Okay? And, we were getting into it physically. And I was obviously a younger man. And obviously at that time, I thought I was going to be overwhelmed. And I thought I was going to, they were going to really give me a good scene, to give me a really good beating, maybe even take it further. Right? Because these guys were high on substances and they were drunk as well. But what the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai did was, there were a group of Edomites that were nearby. And they must have said something to these group of Jakes that were trying to get at me. Or we were already in it, but, fists were chucked, fists were thrown, a bit of blood was shed. But the way the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai came through was, these Edomites just came out of nowhere. And remember, this is an Israelite foreigner stroke West Indian area. A lot of brown people. You very rarely see crackers in that area. Okay, and these Edomites just came out of nowhere. They're approximately 20 feet away. I don't know what they said to these guys. And literally, these guys turned, looked at them, and the focus was straight on them. It was like there was a magnet that was pulling these men that were trying to get at me towards the Edomites. And lo and behold, right, there was a little, it was outside a building that was like a little sort of like similar to equivalent of an American projects, but we call them council estates over here, with a built-in store. So for the people that are residents, they can go downstairs and get liquor or cigarettes or whatever. And there was a little alleyway or like a little hallway, which you can go from one side of the building to the other, right? And usually it's like this. Where is it? Let me show you a picture. Usually it's like this, right? It's like a gate like that, and usually there's a metal chain around it with a padlock, and there's no way to pass. But that day when I thought I was gonna get it, the Lord put the spirit on his Edomites to come there for whatever reason, maybe to get there, maybe to get there, maybe to get them, maybe for them to get a severe beating or maybe taken off the planet or whatever. I don't know what happened to them, but the focus went on them, these Edomites. All right. And so those guys that were trying to get at me, their focus went onto the Edomites. They walked over to them, and there was my chance to escape. And when I turned around and looked, the gates were unlocked. Right? The gates were unlocked, right? And Yahweh Shemeshai provided an avenue for me to escape. Okay? Provided an avenue for me to escape. Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Okay? Okay? And even before I knew the name of Yahweh Shemeshai, right? I always believed in a higher power. I always believed in, you know, being reborn again and paying for past sins and things like that. I always believed in not bowing down to idols. I always believed in, not approaching married women. It's just like a common sense that was in me, you know. Always having that certain kind of type of righteousness within myself, even though I smoked and, you know, smoked weed or whatever back in the day. You know, obviously I don't do that now. But the Lord, got me through it. And then when I went back there again, to that same spot, after I don't know how long it was, the gates are locked and they were permanently locked when I went there again, second, third time. So just for that specific day, the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai put the spirit on someone, the shop owner, the building, I don't know, the building caretaker or whatever, made the gates open that day for me to escape. And I think about that to this day. And it came in my mind today that the Lord will provide a way to escape, because when Jacob's trouble kicks in, okay, when these race riots kick in, there's going to be many ways for Yahweh Shemeshai. He's going to provide for us to escape. Okay, but you could be next to a brother who might get spiritual power. Isaiah 41, and you might next to let me just finish off what I'm going to say before I go into scripture. You might be next to a brother that's going to get spiritual power, or you may get spiritual power, right? If you've had dreams of it before, and the Lord, if the Lord makes it really real, and you've seen certain signs, you may get enough spiritual power for you to get out of the situations that you're in. Okay? And this is where faith comes in. The Lord always has said, paraphrasing scripture, that you got faith as a mustard seed. You can move from one mountain, from one place to another. Paraphrasing, yeah? Hebrews 11 verse 1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay? We may get worried in the flesh thinking, like if you're into boxing or martial arts or whatever, you might be sparring against someone, and soft sparring or hard sparring or whatever the situation may be. And sometimes you might be against someone bigger or younger than you. And you think, man, this guy's tough, especially if you've sparred against Israelite foreigners from Russia or Poland or whatever. There's some tough ass Judites up there, and or even Jake, just Jake with the original look. You think, man, these guys are tough. you think to yourself, man, we're gonna blatantly need some spiritual power that day. Like especially when you got to go against soldiers that are going to be souped up. They're going to have those exoskeleton suits, and they're going to be juiced up with all sorts of Captain America type abilities. What do you call them? Super soldiers. Yeah, super soldiers. Then you have to go against Terminator robots, AI technology, robo dogs with guns and stuff in them. So we're going to need help from on high. Okay, so this is a small example of how Yahweh Shai comes through. All right? And there's many instances I can think about where the Lord even, but I'm going to just leave it at this one, where the Lord can just make things happen, man. And you just have to build upon this little bit of a seed where if the Lord can do this for you, when things really get amplified, Yahweh Shai is going to show himself even more. Even more. All right? Isaiah 40:31. Let me go. Okay, let's go to Matthew 6 and 9, the core prayer, but I'm going to go into... Okay, let's read the whole thing. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father, Yahweh Shemashah, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but, this is the emphasis, but deliver us from evil. The Lord delivered me from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Okay? Let's go to Psalms 91. Let's go to Psalms 91. The whole thing is Psalms 91 and 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Verse 2. I will say of the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust. Okay? Verse 4, let's go there. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. All right? We got, there's so many things that are going to happen when Jacob's trouble kicks off, the World War III, the Charagma, the implementation of the RFID, CHIP, the race riots, the famine, water and food famine. The Lord's going to come through. And those miraculous things that we read about in the scriptures and the movies that we see, and the depictions and the beautiful illustrations that Yahweh Shemeshah has blessed some brothers to, make great videos. Like, for example, Manatazak Banyamian of GMS San Fran. That prophet, he's been blessed with a beautiful vision of really setting straight images, and making everything just so majestic. So when you watch it, it really amplifies your spirit, and it builds up your faith as well. So we have, we got the name of Yahweh Shemeshah, and we got our prophets and teachers of Great Millstone, from the apostles on down, and as well as the prophets, that teach us, and we watch them, and we learn from them in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemeshah, and our faith is amplified. Okay, and faith is key with this, man, because if you don't have faith, how are you going to walk on water? How are you going to fly? How are you going to... If you don't... Listen, those camps that say faith-based Israelites, faith is key. Because if you don't believe, how are you going to do miraculous things? Yeah? How are you going to do miraculous things? Is it Hebrews 11 verse 6? No, 6, I said 6. Hebrews 11 verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay? You got to believe. You must believe. Okay? You must believe. Greater things. What's that scripture? Greater things shall we do. Let's see if John 14 and 12. Lord willing, this is the right one. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. All right? So if you believe in Yahweh Shai, and you believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and you believe in the miracles, and you also believe, when you read about the beautiful, majestic things that, King David did, by leaping over a wall, by breaking a bow of metal with his arm, yeah? All those things that were done at that time when there wasn't this level of technology, and the heathen didn't have this kind of weaponry, right? It's hand-to-hand combat. It was like warriors in guerrilla warfare, so called. Hand-to-hand combat, weapons, shields clashing, swords hitting shields, arrows smashing on shields, arrows going through armor. The parts that are visible. Like, for example, the eyes will be hit with arrows or whatever. The armpit will be stabbed with a dagger or whatever. You know, and the King David did such majestic things of leaping over a wall. How much more now? Okay, because the power that the so-called white man has, right? With all the technology that they have on the left-hand side, we're going to need more than bows and arrows. We're going to need that Superman kind of power, man, that Kal-El kind of power. Able to fly, able to shoot laser beams, able to dodge bullets, able to, even if a bullet hits you, right? That bullet to just be demolished into smithereens, turn into powder when it hits your flesh. And that's what we're coming into. If you don't believe, okay, because the Lord said, we'll do greater things. The elect, whoever they are across the four corners of the earth, the elect men, will do greater things than the Lord. Okay, or greater things than the Lord did. And the Lord did so many things, everything's not recorded in the scriptures. You understand? Esau knows that the power the elect are going to have. Watch Superman 2. What are they showing there? They show General Zod walking on water. Where do you think they get that from? The scriptures. They show Kal-El, Superman, with a Hebrew name, all powerful, with a mantle. Where do you think they get that from? The scriptures. Flying, Isaiah 40:31. Having wings as eagles. Moving like lightning, like the Flash. Where do you think they get that from? The scriptures. Leviathan, Godzilla, Behemoth, Bigfoot. Where do you think they get that from? The scriptures. Where do you think they get all these things from? It's all the scriptures. This whole world revolves around the Israelites. Everything is about the Israelites. Look at the Israelites, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, especially the so-called black man. Okay, the tribe of Judah. All the tribes are royal. I'm just saying. Okay, but let's talk about the head tribe. Look how majestic and how they move. Okay, including the Northern Kingdom, the Latin Jakes, the Native Indian Jakes, in boxing, in martial arts, in music, all genres of music, jumping high. Look at Michael J. White, how he moves. That's spiritual power, superpowers on a lower level, man, in this weak body. Look at the muscles naturally Jake has when they're born. Naturally born with a six-pack. Having lifted a weight, done a push-up and everything, they just naturally got that natural shape already. And then when they lift weights, they just naturally enhance themselves. They're 25 years old, and people think they're on steroids and tren and all that kind of stuff. But they're not. They're naturally swole. You know why? Because we're naturally gods. And some Jakes are blessed with that. Why? That lets you know how much more when that spiritual power comes. So you have to believe. So if the Lord can get you out of small things, because the Lord is building you up. The Lord can get you out of small things. The Lord is going to get you out of big things. And the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is going to show himself more and more and more. All right? So every locked gate, Every path, every time your back is against the wall, every time you couldn't have eaten for days, you could come into a place where the Lord might take you, and the Lord might have a massive spread there for you, man. Beautiful warm bread, you know, garnished with nice butter, uh, milk, lamb, chicken, uh, roasted potatoes. If you're hungry, when the food famine kicks in, you're in a situation where you're surrounded by army, by martial law troops, by people that are cannibals. You know, you could be with your children, you could be with your daughter, you could be, the Lord. Isaiah 40:31 would have kicked in. Some jakes are going to have multiple wives. How are you going to protect them? The Lord's going to give you that spiritual power, so you have to believe. Esau knows you jakes are going to get that power. Hence the reason why they're trying to delete you. Do you remember the X-Men movie? Do you remember? I don't know which one it was. If you've seen X-Men, you know the one where they are trying to inject all the people with the mutant gene with the injection. What were they trying to do with that injection? Trying to take their powers away. Now, what are they trying to do now with the C19 situation? They're trying to destroy your pineal gland, so your connection with the Most High is destroyed. So they're trying to get the elect, right? So they don't get that spiritual power. That's another way they're trying to get you. But the elect didn't take the whammy jammy in the arm. They didn't take the snake juice or the snake piss. They didn't take it. Then they're going to try and get some of the elect, but they can't get the elect. But the elect are sealed from the foundation of the earth. That's what Esau doesn't understand, his carnal mind. They're going to try and get you with the Elon Musky technology. Something, CHIPs in your head, in your arm, in your hand or your arm. It's not going to happen. All right? It's not going to happen. So belief is key. All right? Let's go into some poetic statements. What is belief? The result of belief. Belief. They are mental representations of the ways our brains expect things in our environment to behave and how things should be related to each other. The patterns our brain expects the world to conform to. Beliefs are templates for efficient learning and are often essential for survival. Belief is a subjective attitude that something is true or a state of affairs is the case. Okay? So ultimately what they're saying is that you've got to believe for something to be a certain way. Okay? If you believe, right, that you will achieve a certain goal, you will achieve a certain physique, you will believe that you will lose, I don't know, 30 pounds of fat, right? And for that belief, what you have to do, you have to put things into effect. All right? That could be fasting, that could be working out. All right, that could be hitting the weights. That could be doing, running 3-4 times a week, early in the morning, opening up your lungs, building up your capacity. If you want to be a better fighter, you want to be a better, you want to be, you want to have more fuel, or you don't want to get lose your breath or get tired when you're sparring. How do you do that? You go running, non-stop to open up your lungs, to build up your cardio, right? And in this case, with the belief side, what do? You fast more. You pray more. Yeah? You pray in the name more. You ask the Lord to open up your mind. And the Lord gives you answers. All right? Through elders' lessons, through spiritual numbers, to maybe even dreams if you're blessed enough to get dreams. Right? And then on top of that, whatever level of knowledge you have, you try and learn from our elders and apostles and elders of Great Millstone and prophets, and try and do something a little bit about it. You may not be the most eloquent speaker, you may not be the most knowledgeable, but whatever knowledge you have, spit it out, man. As Elder Bishop Manatazak would say, just hit the button. And I believe Apostle Aramblab said that as well. I know all the prophets have said that, but from recollection, when I've seen videos, I'm just mentioning the prophets that I've mentioned. Just hit the button. So belief is key. And that belief is there, that faith is there, the Lord will deliver you out of many, many situations. And I've just mentioned something small. I've got other instances too. All right. I've got other instances too. But this is just one that stands out in terms of the locked gate. Because the locked gate is such a symbol. A locked gate can uh, uh, shows, a blocked pathway, and an unlocked gate shows an open pathway. The Lord is with you, unlocking all your fears, unlocking your pathway so you can get through from one place of danger to a place of safety. That's why I mentioned this example. So belief is key, and Yahweh Shemashai is going to deliver his elect no matter what. Okay, no matter how your back is against the wall. You think you're going to get those blessings just by like going for a Sunday afternoon walk or a Saturday afternoon walk in the park. In the sun shining. Sorry, the sun shining. No, it's going to be through trials, tribulations, and the straight gate. All right, you're going to go through hell. You're going to go through hell and high water. Then those blessings are going to come. All right. The elect's life was never meant to be easy on this side. Yeah, you get blessings here and there, whoever you are. Everyone's got their levels of hell. All right. But we're coming into a time where the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is going to show himself more. And those blessings are exponentially going to increase. Okay, you just watch how the Lord is going to open up spiritually, blessing wise for the elect. All right, even before hell breaks loose, whatever you're lacking, you're going to be blessed with. And when that hell opens up, just watch. Yahweh Shemashai is going to show himself more. All right, the belief is key. All right, read more, learn more, pray more, watch the elders. Whatever level you have, the Lord will increase it, man. Because we're not, you know, on a level like our apostles and elders and prophets, man. But we can try and learn as much as we can absorb. Because I wasn't born with I was never born with a Bible in my household. Having a Bible in my life is a recent thing. All right, I'm just gonna leave it there now. So belief is key. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakwadash, Shalom.